You know, with a title like I'm Not Here to Hurt You, the first thing that always comes to mind is that famous scene from the movie The Shining where Jack Nicholson's character is walking up the stairs and his wife is frightened of him and she's holding a baseball bat in order to defend herself. And the first thing that you remember is Jack saying, obviously, when they give me the bat, but it's whenever he says, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to bash your brains in. That's the sort of thing that comes to mind every time I hear a phrase like this. Sounds cynical, I know, but hey, that's the way it seems to work these days. So here it is, a little story by Alkabee. So hopefully this will be a nice little story. My mom had been a drug addict her entire life. My entire life. Sorry, that would have been so wrong. Okay. My mom had been a drug addict for my entire life. When I was younger, she constantly had people coming and going, and it seemed that a majority of the time these people were a very, very shady bunch. Well, what can I expect? I just said she did drugs for my entire life, but anyway, I thought I'd share one experience that still bothers me quite a bit. It even keeps me up. I was about 12 years old at the time, and I remember I was sitting on the couch and I was watching an episode of Drake and Josh. I think it was then that I heard a knock on the door. My mum wasn't home at the time, so I decided to turn the TV off and remain silent. Louise, you home? It was a man. I just wanted to drop something off, Louise. I stayed quiet. Louise, open the damn door. I'm not going to hurt you. At this point I was afraid. Even as a 12-year-old, when someone says they're not going to hurt you, there's generally something they did in the past that would prompt them to reassure something of that. Right? He started rattling the door handle. Louise, open this door or I will break it down. You've been ignoring my calls and my texts. You cannot run away from me. He began pounding and kicking at the door. I ran into the bathroom because it was the only door with a lock, and I hid in the tub with the curtain drawn. I decided to take my bath gun since I haven't outgrown playing with toys in the bath time yet, alright? And I put a little water in it, as well as some shampoo. At that point, I heard what sounded like the splitting of wood, and then footsteps in my living room. I heard him go from room to room, all the while yelling, Louise, you can't ignore me now, you bitch. Finally, he came to the bathroom, and he started to rattle the door handle. Oh, so you're in here, huh? More pounding. He kicked the door in and stood still for a few long moments before ripping open the shower curtain and peering down at me. He had slicked black hair with piercing green eyes. He also had a sad attempt at facial hair. He had a black hooded sweatshirt, black jeans, black shoes, and he held a brown bag in one of his tattooed covered hands. Oh, even better. I've seen you around before. You're Louise's daughter, So sweet. He kept repeating that. So sweet. It made my skin crawl. He walked over to the window and locked it before squatting down next to me. You're gonna come with me. How about that? I'll buy you some ice cream. I glared at him, trying my best not to look terrified. Not much of a talker. Your mother could learn something from you. He reached his hand out and rested it on my shoulder. In one quick motion, I squirted my gun from under my leg and sprayed it into his face. He didn't register it at first, but quickly began wiping his eyes. What the hell is this? What the hell? I hurled my body at him, causing him to fall back, and his head hit the toilet seat. I grabbed the brown paper bag and ran from the bathroom, out into the hallway, and down the stairs. I caught my mom at the entrance steps and pulled her the other direction. What's going on? You're making me drop my things. I remembered a head of lettuce rolling away. Be free, my lettuce friend. She quickly caught on that something was terribly wrong and ran with me to my aunt's house. After catching my breath, I described the man and what he did. She quickly recognized him as a man named Tony, whom she owed a lot of money to. I realized I was still holding the brown paper bag that the man had, and I gave it to my mum. She found a gun inside. He had shown up to my house to kill my mother.